I feel I was super close. The play we work on, kind of, sort of. You run it, and I was getting ready to cut it up, and I saw him last second. And I debated on it quickly in my head, and then I tried to jump back, and I tried to stay away from the line. But all I know is it was close.
Sterling, you had 13 tackles tonight. How's it feel? Where's this rank on your all-time game so far?
Feels great. I mean, I rank it up there pretty high, like top 5. But I mean, it was just a great game overall. Defense, offense, special teams. So it really don't matter about just personal stats. I'm just glad we came out with the victory.
Ryan, what does this victory mean as far as just where this team's at, bowl chances, all those things, and the Sun Belt Conference race? What's it mean to you guys?
It's huge. I think, not only for all that, but for self-confidence as a team. I think, this is a really big game, and something people have been talking about for a while, and, for us to come out and be very successful like we were tonight, it gives us a lot of momentum, and just something that we're going to carry over into next week. And the big thing, I think I speak for all of us when we say the fan base tonight was unreal. They fueled the fire, and that's something I don't think we've seen since I've been here, and especially in a November game. So big thing for us is we want to thank the fans for coming out, and they really fueled the fire tonight.
Just sort of thoughts on the balance of the offense. It seems like the past 3 games, the run is past sort of set up the run tonight. Just sort of the talk, early on here, especially throws to McKissick on and setting up what you guys want to do quickly. Can you just talk about the balance and kind of how there's been maybe the shift in the offense, but still achieving the balance that you guys need?
Definitely, I think that goes straight to the O-line. For 4 games straight, they've been working their tails off, battling, game in and game out. Open up holes for this guy. If you give him a hole, the guy's going to find positive yards. And he's just electric. He makes guys miss. He drags people. He definitely makes my job easy, especially opening up the pass game. And I think when you have a run game that's being successful, and you have the weapons we have at receiver, plays are just bound to happen. You give the guy a bubble, and they're making 10, 12 yards, sometimes bigger than that. And just one thing leads to another. When you're clicking, it's a tough offense to stop.
Ryan, on that 38-yard touchdown run you had, was that a design play, or was that something that you picked up as the play developed?
It wasn't a design play. We actually, we were in a pass concept, and I think Stock kind of got hit or tripped, and JD kind of ran into him. So both my options were out because Dave had to stay in and pick up a block. So I just kind of saw a lane, and I just took it.
David, you talk about finishing teams off. That's something that we asked you earlier in the year, just the ability to put your foot down on a team and end it. And I think a 70-yard touchdown does it. You go in and score, make it 31. So can you just talk about putting a team down tonight in a situation where they kind of hung around a little bit, a team that's wounded, and they're trying to, maybe hang close to it?
I mean, that's what we worked on, for the longest, the past 2 weeks. Coach Malzahn has been saying that, we've been coming out firing. That was a problem we had at the beginning of the year, was having good first halves, and then, sort of now it's, kind of, when we get up, that's the whole thing, it's just finishing teams out, which I think we did a, good job of tonight. Defense got it, I think it was an interception, when Nate got it, but I think we got to, instead of, letting them get 2 more stops for us to score, we got to do it as soon as they get a stop, and that hurts them because they got to go right back on the field because we have to punt it on the 4th and 1. So I think that, that's something we'll look at on film, when we do watch film and just improve on.
David, you scored on, I think on seemed like the same play all 3 times, like a little bit of a delayed draw. Mm-hmm. Was there something in that particular set that you guys saw? Was there something they were showing to y'all? Why was that play so successful?
I mean, it was just what Coach Malzahn and them saw. We just basically just, looking at, they give the plays and things like that. But evidently it's something that, Coach Malzahn and them saw, against the defense. And, you basically, that's the plays they work on during the week. And, that's basically what was just hitting tonight.
Can you talk about the adjustments in the second half? It seemed like there was a big play downfield, but I can't really remember too many big plays early in that 3rd quarter. You guys managed to do a nice job getting off the field on a 4th down, nice job forcing a turnover when they're driving again. Can you just talk about maybe the adjustments you guys made in the performance in the second half?
Well, they showed us some new stuff early, but they really came back to their base stuff. We knew they were going to come out passing the ball, so we really honed in on that. We turned up our pass rush a little bit, make them get rid of the ball a little earlier, so that helped us a lot.
Feel like you were able to get some good pressure on him and make him uncomfortable, at least in the second half?
Yeah, what we've seen on film, teams have not gotten there, and I think our D-line and, anytime we blitzed, I feel like he wasn't comfortable in the pocket. He was he never really set his feet and threw that much if we were, bringing pressure, so that helped a lot.
This is the third straight game with less than 100 yards rushing. Do you feel like this group has finally, found itself up front a little bit, and is making teams one-dimensional in the way you guys did kind of a year ago? And this goes to you and Sterling. You guys feel like you've started to make the teams into just purely passing groups, and you guys can just sort of, be a little more aggressive in coverage up front?
Yeah, well, one thing we always talk about is stopping the run, and if you stop it early, and then our offense scores like that, it really, it really makes them predictable. It really, you can't run the ball if you're down 20 points. It's tough, so it helps a lot.
Yeah, it does help a lot. It was just a great job tonight from up front, like just the front seven, getting pressure to the quarterback. And it makes our job easier when the team is one-dimensional. We're expecting to pass. We play the pass very well too. It's good that we're playing the run just as well too.
2 turnovers again, I think that's something like 9 in the past 3 games. Just the difference, playing with a little more confidence there and generating turnovers. What's been just the difference in, forcing possessions to maybe end a little bit quicker than teams would like, or getting the ball back to these guys?
Well, we've really been working it in practice. Last 4 or 5 weeks, we've really honed in on, creating turnovers. Instead of letting them fall to us, we got to create our own. So I think the fumble, it was we brought a blitz from the weak side, and, they just knocked the ball out. So.
Talk about the interception, Nate.
Well, I really kind of got caught in no man's land. I thought it was run, and I guess there's a crossing around, and he threw it, and I just grabbed it and went.
I feel like y'all missed some opportunities in the first half a little bit to take charge a little bit and settle for a field goal and the touchdown callback interception at the end of the half.
No doubt. I think there's quite a few things that we could have jumped on. We always talk about, not settling for field goals, and that's something we still got to improve on. Turning the ball over in the red zone is another big thing. That was a little bit of a momentum shift for them. Putting the ball in harm's way. I should just hit my check down like Coach was saying. So just little things like that. You can't put your team in a bind with stuff like that. But there definitely were some plays I wish we could have back. The one to Julian over the middle, had him wide open. I missed it. So those things you learn from and you get better at and you practice. But at the same time, a victory's a victory, and we're excited as ever.
You guys have talked about, you felt like after the loss to Western Kentucky, you all were kind of fighting to get back into a position where you had some control. Just the thoughts tonight, sitting atop the conference pretty much right now and having, pretty much things in your hands right now with middle coming down at the end of the year, just the feeling of having control over the conference right now and just the feeling that gives you guys moving forward. It's
something we talk about, as a team. We control our own destiny. And I think, as players, this is what you live for. You want to be in control. You want to be the team that everybody wants to knock off. You want to have that pressure. It's something I know myself, has always dreamed about. And us seniors who have been here for a while, we've waited for these past few years for a long time, and it's something we want to hold on to and keep passing down. This is what we want this program to do, and take the sky to the limit, and we just want to keep rolling. And I think as long as we play as a team and push ourselves to the limit each week at practice, the sky's the limit.
That team beat the Razorbacks, and you guys beat that team. Do you feel like you guys should have that opportunity in this state? The 2 teams never play. What's your thoughts on that matchup?
Is that for me?
Sure.
We come out and we play. There's things we can control, and there's things we can't control, and scheduling is one of them. So the teams that are on our schedule, we're going to come out and fight, and we're going to take one game at a time. And if the opportunity presents itself, we'd love to do that. But at the same time, we got to keep focused right now on Troy next week. It's definitely a big game, at their place, and we have to bring our own energy and get ready for that game.
Obviously, it takes a lot of pressure off you having a great offensive line and guys like David who can jump in and eat some of that clock, and you don't have to. There's not so much pressure on you. Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
No doubt. I think I got hit once or twice tonight. Again this week. When you can run the ball and be very successful, and guys open up hole when they're putting 7 guys in the box, you really put a defense in a bind, because you can't be ready for anything. A lot of our play action was there tonight, and even on 3rd downs and shorts, you have that option to run it or pass it, and he's got a knack for knowing when that 1st down marker is. Even when things break down and it doesn't look like we're getting anything, he's going to get positive yards, and it definitely takes a lot of stress off me, as a player, and even with the receivers we have. When I have time and those guys have time to you know, get open. You know, they make plays when the ball's in their hand, and so does he. And you know, some of those things are things you can't teach.